as we talked a lot of things about your work experience and the lifestyle and your health, and compared to the lifestyle in Jordan, uh, what what new you found out from the traveling experience you got?
Ah, okay. To start with, I came from a very interesting country. My country is an open air museum, and it spans so many civilizations, from the Aramatic civilization to the Hellenistic to the Nabateans, Romanians. The three religions are manifested in my country. It's a very small country, but with great history and deep roots on earth to 12 centuries before Jesus Christ. And the Aramatic civilization, for example, was a great civilization which was found 10 centuries before Jesus Christ. And that civilization was fond of culture, fond of trades, and fond of sculpture and architect, fond of music and poetry. And it is a spring of Semitic language. And at that time, it was a polytheistic country. But later on, it was developed into many monolithic countries during the Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and so on. And that was the civilization which founded a lot of places in Jordan, such as Petra. And then the Nabateans, few centuries later, they are the one who carved Petra to be the only city on earth which was fully carved in the hard rock, in the rose rock.
Yeah.
There are so many rocky places on earth with so many monuments and sculpture and so many, but this is the only city on earth which is fully carved in hard rock.
Hard rock.
And it is one of the seventh wonders on earth. Not only this, you can find specific parts of Jordan which is highly affected by the Romanian Empire, which occupied this part of the world for a lot of time. Jordan is part of what we call the Levant part of the Arab world, which is Bilad al-Sham, Syria, Jordan, Lebanon, and Palestine. We share one single culture. And we speak almost the same dialect. We have the same cuisine, we have the same almost way of life.
Yeah, I heard Syria and Syrian Jordanian speak same dialect in Arabic,
Almost,
right?
yeah, almost. Not only this, this part of the world is extremely civilized and extremely heritaged and old age, because Syria itself was one of the, Syria is the oldest inhabitant capital on earth. Aleppo, in the north of Syria, Aleppo is the first inhabitant city on earth, which received Abraham, the father of all prophets. Peace be upon him. Abraham had passed by Aleppo, and he is the one who called Aleppo, and so on. So it's a country which is deeply rooted with so many civilizations, and when it came also to the Arabian era, it has so many influence. We have so many monuments and status and sites for the Prophet followers all over Jordan. So you can feel it's also a holistic place. We're surrounded by Jerusalem and Mecca from this side, and Syria with all the great civilizations and religions. Syria, of course, it is also the country of Syrian language, which is Jesus Christ language. Palestine, which is our brother-sister country, was where Jesus Christ was born. Moses passed by Jordan, lived in Palestine, and he has so many statues and monuments and sites all over the region. So when you really walk through the Arab region, not only Jordan is very intensified country in terms of culture and religion and spirituality, and it has been cosmopolitan country all through history. But also when you span over the Arab region, I feel myself very, very lucky to have came from that region. Although now maybe we are at the unfair and the injustice side of the international politics. We are
You mean the current scenario?
it is the current is just a continuation of a circle of unfairness, because this region is targeted, and this is really not the scandal theory, not at all. It is reality. This region has been targeted and needed, because it really contains one of the actually the reservoir of great nations, and the most cultural also civilizations on earth. When we speak about Iraq, for example, what is Iraq? Iraq is just a history. Yes. Walking on earth, Babylonian, Ashurian, and the first word, the first letter, the first mathematicians. And when we really look around our history with medicine, with mathematics, with geography, with spirituality, with astrology, with all these sciences, the Arab scientists were there. And then the Muslim scientists also covered the whole also spectrum and did a lot for the human civilization. That's why when I see great civilization like the Indians, I feel that spiritual dialogue, because our roots will talk together. Yes. And our souls will follow that roots and will have its own symphony when talking to. And when somebody is really speaking about his own civilization, I feel as a human being very proud. And that is a continuation of the human journey. I don't ever see that somebody is better than anybody with any mean of life. Everybody has his own contribution, and everybody has his own color, taste, identity, and contribution to this world. We are all continuing God's story in a way or another. Yeah. So came from such a background had taught me that how much we need to learn. And I'm a very thirsty person to learning, very passionate about learning, very thirsty. As a journalist, I'm very curious. As a researcher, I'm extremely curious.
Day by day, hourly, or every second we are into that process.
We are an educative creatures, and education never stops. We learn from trees, we learn from animals, we learn from insects, we learn from butterflies, we learn from wind, we learn from sun, we learn from everything. Everything is a great teacher for us. And maybe also that's part of the thing why I'm fond with the Indian culture and this Indian modesty towards learning. And whenever I am in India, I feel myself into a fountain an ocean of different facets of knowledge and thoughts and philosophies. And when we are just sitting beside one of those greatest, actually,
Adi Shankaracharya,
who is the father of gurus, as they call him, the father of philosophy, a real scholar on our world, a real reformer, has great things.
I have seen on your finger this stones, Navaratna stones.
Navaratas.
Do you really believe in astrology?
Actually, I came across this stone by accident, because I live in Dubai and we are surrounded by our brothers Indians, and with their culture and with their goods and with their gold issues.
A lot of temples are there in Dubai,
of course,
right?
yeah. And I know about it and read about it and read the concept. And then I talked to my teacher, my doctor, and I said, I would like to have a ring like that if you feel that it's good for me. And then he said, and then he started to explain to me the idea that each stone resembles with certain planet, and each stone is a communicative point with one of the planets. And then we decided to do this also ring in Kerala, and to choose the stones from genuine sources. And they have been cut them and designed it in a special way. So I do believe in that. Why don't we strengthen ourselves with our Mother Nature?
Does it heal something?
I
You
think so.
found something out of it?
Actually, I just do believe. I also came from from a similar culture, in which we used to have Quran on our neck, and our grandparents used to let us wear certain things, gold and done in a specific
That
way.
colored stones and all, no?
Yeah. And the akik, which is really originally from Yemen, a great stone for healing.
And what you called, on your prayers, you will do
the
something.
masbaha, the beads.
Yeah, the beads.
Yeah, of course, and it's 99 stones, resembles the 99 names of God. God in Islam has 99 names, and each name has different character, and it takes you to a root.
Yes.
And in our great also Sufism teachings.
Everything is linked,
Everything is linked.
Nothing is,
Sometimes when I am with my Indian friends and they talk about something, I just smile. And then they will ask me why. I say, oh, this is something my grandmom used to do. She used to open the door when the sun shines and open all the windows, for example. And at the sunset, she will get us inside the house, made us shower, sit down, calmly, no speaking, silence.
You mean in the evening time?
Yeah, and then close everything and light the house and light outside.
Correct.
No using for the water, excessive water in that time, or no dusting.
And then
same in the Pharaonic civilization. They have the same heritage, the same ritual. And once I was in Yemen, let me tell you an interesting story. All over the Gulf and the Arab world, we say Sulaimani Shai, Sulaimani tea. And I didn't know what is this Sulaimani tea, because in Jordan we say red tea or black tea.
I heard about kahwa also, no? That's the one
and the kahwa. The kahwa is another story. Yemeni story.
Yemeni story.
Yeah, kahwa is originated from Yemen.
It's very tasty. I love
the
that.
mokka, the top coffee came from Yemen, and because at that time when it was discovered, we were under the Ottoman Empire.
All the Suris, all they drink this one only.
All of us, all the Arab world. And actually it was originated from Yemen, which is a very rich country, very, very rich country in nature, in history, in heritage, in civilization. And because we were under the Ottoman Empire, it was, of course, exported by the Ottomani authorities. So it was called the Turkish coffee. But actually it's the Arabian coffee from Yemeni origin.
Itself.
But that Shai Sulaimani, it has a different story. The Prophet Sulaiman, who ruled Yemen, and he was a magic, one of the, of course, top spiritual masters on earth, and he was a very, very prominent prophet as well. And he ruled Yemen, and Yemen was, they will call it the mystery, the mystery of the mysteries country. It's a very magical country. So he was having an hour before sunset and during sunset, in which he will sit and contemplate. So they call it in Yemen the Sulaimani hour. And in that hour, he only drinks a cup of tea. So they call it the Sulaimani tea. And actually, the tea with milk was originated from Aden, the other capital of the south of Yemen. So it's the Aden tea, which is milk and tea with some masala.
Correct.
So it's the Aden tea, and this is the Sulaimani tea.
Oh, it's from Aden, right?
Aden. Yeah, from Aden. We call it in Arabic Aden, and Aden was mentioned in the Quran as a heaven on earth.
Okay.
And that's the way God
Aden, Yemen, Aden.
Sana'a is that.
Djibouti and all, no?
Djibouti is just a neighboring African country.
Sierra Leone and all.
Yeah, so that's the story of the Sulaimani tea and the Sulaimani hour. And not only this, once I was on Morocco, and it was Ramadan time, in which we were all fasting. And me and my friend, after work, we were looking for a restaurant to have our breakfast, evening breakfast, because we were fasting. So we were roaming around, looking for the specific restaurant. And then people were stopping the car. And we didn't realize what's going on. And then one of the people said, please open. You shall come to my home. And then the next people would say the same, and the next say the same. We didn't understand what's the point. And then they said, at this hour, before the sunset, before the breakfast in Ramadan, this 1 hour, all the Moroccans living in Tangier, the city Tangier, which is the border to Spain, or to Cordoba, to the Andalusia, which was ruled also by Arabs for 700 years.
It's the border of Spain.
Yeah, water border with Spain.
Oh.
At that city, they have this habit. 1 hour, they just sit and contemplate. So because we were roaming around, they understood we are strangers. Since we are strangers, they have to host us. We cannot go to a restaurant. It's not nice. They feel it is like an insult for the domestic people. So we really took the driver said that they will not let us go and carry on to the restaurant. Then you just sit and have your breakfast with them. Same habit. I find it in Sudan. I find it in Libya, in all over the Arab world. Same habit. And in certain hours, people just sit down and contemplate, especially this hour of the sunset, the sunset. And not only this, we have that mutual customs of how do we deal with guests. For us, guest is a guest by God. Somebody who God send him or her to your place to be a mission, to holding a message for you.
Yeah.
So you treat him as
like
a messenger of God.
Like a messenger of God.
Yeah, and so on. And we can go ahead. So these things, I find so much similarities with my Indian friends and with all the Eastern actually friends. They have that kind of rituals in the morning, in the evening, during the sun moves. You know, we have 5 prayers according to the sun. We have fasting during to the sun. We break fast according to the sun.
Correct.
Our also trip to Mecca for the pilgrimage, Al-Hajj, during also to the moon and the sun. And so astrology is there within our daily.
Have you been to this one, Mecca?
Of course, yeah. I did my Umrah a few years ago.
Did your Umrah?
Yeah.
Now you have to do the Hajj, huh?
Yeah, and I don't know if you know that Mecca is the center of energy on earth.
Yes.
It's because it's in the center of earth, and the whole we are all roaming around all through the day, and that's why we have the Qibla, and that's why we pray towards the Qibla, which
towards
is
the Qibla, yes,
towards
the direction.
Yes, toward Al-Kaaba, which is the first house built on earth by Sir Abraham. The first house built on earth. And
do you find time for praying every day when you come here?
Of course, all over the world. It's a very simple prayer.
Five times a day.
Yeah, very simple.
Here also.
And you need the connection with God.
Correct.
Yeah, everywhere on earth. Very simple.
That's right.
Just wash a specific way.
That's it.
Go, disconnect from the whole world, connect with your God, thank Him for all what He has given us, and ask Him the blessing and leave that. Yeah.
And again, I would like to ask you, like, you know, you don't have to mention briefly, like, you know, the current scenario, the situation in the, you can say places like the border. I am not telling the names. The massacre has occurred recently. I would like to hear a little bit from there, but you, as a administrative person, or
this question we need to. You can ask me something else. Yeah.
So, tell me more about your family.
What do you like to know about my family?
Like your family means your belongings.
Okay. As for my own nuclear family, we're a small family. I have one son, and my son and my husband. My husband is a financial manager, and my son is studying genetics engineering at the moment in Jordan. But as far as my own surrounding family, my father, mother, and brothers, Yeah, as I told you, I came in the first episode. I came from a prominent family who is deeply believing in social justice. My father is a lawyer by background, and he was in the administration all his life. Very senior manager, and he had been a CEO all through his life. He became a prominent parliamentarian. My mom too. She's an educator by background, and a professor and writer and author.
Oh, your father was a parliamentarian.
My father is a parliamentarian. My mom is a parliamentarian too. My mom was
Still?
no. Now they're doing their own public work.
Relaxing.
No, they're not actually. They're very active. They are very influential in the public life.
Oh.
They're very influential on so many causes in life. They're writers and they're lecturers, and they lead social movements in the country. They have stand from so many things. We came from a liberal democratic country, and we have a very modern way of leading the country. We might have issues here or there, but in general, Jordan had been always a symbol for a small metropolitan country and a liberal and open-hearted, open-minded country. Highly educated country. We are one of the highest.
Yes, I know.
We are the literacy level and the education level is one of the highest in the whole region, and also within the international standards, we are doing so
Big
well.
salute to your king. He is very powerful.
Yeah,
Jordan.
actually, we have a modern way of ruling Jordan. We've been challenged because Palestine, which is also our sister brother country, it was also under the custody of the monarchy of Jordan, and of course Palestine is occupied since 48, and the other part is occupied in the 67, and now a full tragedy is going on. So Jordan is in a sensitive position that. A lot of Jordanians are from Palestinian origins, and we are all brothers and sisters. We are all relatives and cousins. So it's not an easy issue to compromise on this fair. We really believe in the Palestinian rights fully, and Jordan is for that case, for that stand on earth.
Yeah.
We've been a great mediator as a monarchy through the different decades. Jordan has played a great role in the region for mediating between the different confrontations and bringing people to table and bringing people to peace. And Jordan had played a great role also in developing the whole region, because you find Jordanians in all aspects of life, all through the region, Europe, America, working as top doctors, top engineers, top teachers, top professors, top laborers even, soldiers, officers, and so on. We have really a finger stamp all through the region. Developing the education, developing the careers, the professions, the organizations in the surrounded region. So this is really a matter of pride and a matter of achievement. Of course, we're not so happy now with our economical development, because we're a country which is very sensitive to the political situation around us, and we are so much connected to all our brothers in the region. Syria had been in a great dilemma and great painful story since almost now a decade and a half. Iraq as well as one of our border countries, and we share the same culture, we share families, we share with all these neighboring countries. Saudi Arabia also is at a neighboring country, and our longest border is with Palestine. Mm-hmm. And so we are a real part in the whole scene, in the whole this complicated scene. You cannot really raise your head alone and say I'm independent and I don't have a relation with my pained surrounding countries. They are all the countries I mentioned are great countries with great history, which was really attacked numerously in a very unfair way for certain satanic agenda, and Jordan has to support. But it's still the situation is. I hope it's progressing in the whole region, but still we need to do a lot.
Okay. Again, as a lady figure, you and very lucky to have two diplomats in your family, and you got much influence in your country compared to Dubai. What is the as a lady figure, you are giving so much education to women in, I think, in Middle East and in some parts of UAE also. So, what is the best education or the what you are giving to the women? What message you can give
I
to
will
women?
give the message which I learned directly from my father and mother, that there is no difference between man and woman as far as women don't point on that. As a woman, you have to know that you are strong by your culture, you are strong by yourself, you're strong by your heritage, you're strong by your self-believing. And you have to really associate all the great factors in your life towards your own build-up, and to carry on developing yourself and carry on developing the surrounding, because we cannot develop without developing the surrounding around us, and giving also what we are learning and sharing what we are learning to others. When other people also are being strong, that also will strengthen us as well. Women had been really faced lots of injustice situations all through history, and really the story of equality, the story of women, of gender equality till now, it's not real all through the world. Women are deprived from certain rights all over the world. Women wage is still an issue. Women inheritance is still an issue in so many countries, even in the top industrial Western countries. Women are facing much more problems than men at all facets of life, and they are deprived chances. So in this case, women needs special care from organizations, from the government, from laws and legislations body, and from the society. But before all, they should themselves believe in themselves. Yani I worked all the managed jobs which you can ever imagine. I was a war reporter, I was a field reporter, I've been to tough countries. I worked in Iraq, in Libya, I worked in Sudan, I worked in Yemen, I worked in Afghanistan. I worked all through the regional toughest hubs.
Just sorry to interrupt you, which was the toughest thing you handled in your
many things
life,
in Libya and many things
in this reporting and all?
Yeah, many things, and not only reporting, in consultations also.
Yeah.
I worked in countries under bombs at certain times, and I was urging the women whom I'm training or giving consultation, or the men, just to calm down, because if it's our fate to die, we will die. But this maneuvering will not help anybody.
Correct.
So I always completed my job. As far as the security officer is allowing it, I even sometimes convince the security officers not to overdo it, and still I never really felt coward or afraid in any position. I went to tough countries at the toughest periods of its life. I've been in Afghanistan so many times, working for different causes, teaching, training organizations to grow, training teachers, training customer care officers, all topics you can think about. So you need to have that strength within you, and believing that when your destiny, when your faith is really strong, you believe in God, So you know that only God can take your life away from you. So when you have that belief, then why to worry?
Yeah.
Why to worry? Everything is being done by Him. We are only executing
It's under
the
him,
scenario
right?
of His which He created.
Taking care of.
Yeah. So women needs to be educated in a very competent way, and we still have to compete in a different way. And also the main thing is not you make use of feminism as a reason to be laid back or a justification for not doing the job 100% right, or a justification for making a monkey job, but also countries all over the world, they need to know that women has 10 years to make the family, to establish the family. In those 10 years, women need to get pregnant and also breastfeed and then take care of the children.
Correct.
The countries has to materialize all over the world that women should be given some kind of what we call the
Priority?
positive how do you say that difference, the difference in a positive way in terms of giving them some flexibility at work, shorter works, and working from home, and maybe more hybrid kind of jobs at this time of their lives, because they are bringing families for the society, for the country they belong to.
You mean freedom as a woman?
Not freedom, let's just what we call is the positive bias.
Okay.
Positive bias means that women they are the one who get pregnant and take care of the children.
Correct.
Then if they are not there, who's going to do these important things?
Yes.
No one
No
on
one is
earth.
there.
So in order to be able to keep their jobs and progress in the job, and also be able to establish a family and run the family from this perspective, legislations and way of work has to be also friendly to the early motherhood stage.
You mean it's there only in black and white but not implemented, right?
In some countries like the Scandinavian countries, they're doing great job. And in so many countries, giving priority to women to work from home or hybrid works, that was even long time, or having adjunct works or short time, and leaves and unpaid leaves and half paid leaves and quarter paid leaves, and so many solutions. Because this is a period which you cannot overcome. If you overcome it, then we are having a society of which is not really in danger.
Yes.
Which is not doing its main duty, is bringing families and so on.
Okay.
I think also women has to support themselves. That is still a shortcoming factor, and men has to release also in women's capacity, because women has a great energy and great capacity. If it is really associated and employed in the right way, it brings miracles.
Are you happy with Emiratization and bring? I think this more women in UAE are coming to work
to leadership positions, and of course that's a big progress.
Yeah.
That's a big progress and a very high level step ahead. Legislations and the way the country is being transforming itself is towards really more gender and more women empowerment. Yeah, more women are coming to the cabinet. More young women are encouraged to take leadership jobs. They are now having really more voices. Emirates is doing so well in that regard.
You can see the difference also there. You can see much difference also there.
Of course, and that's really the balance. The whole life was created by a man and woman.
Correct,
so when women are deprived, then you are really paralyzing half of the society, and this half of the society is bringing the other half of the society.
Correct.
So we are paralyzing our major power. But by empowering women and giving them really some room of what we call it the positive bias at certain times of their lives, that will bring the balance to the whole country.
Okay, then I got so much information from you, and as a like a teacher,
Oh, no, no,
like a preacher, and
no,
you can
no,
see,
no.
a big entity from another place. It's very happy to have you here in our interview,
Thank you so much. And
and I hope we'll conclude the session here, and we will talk much bigger things. I want to learn from you also. In
oh,
fact, I hope we'll come again to India, and we always pleasure to have you here.
oh, thank you so much. First of all, you are also a great teacher. I've learned a lot out of your questions and out of our discussions before recording. And I still want to know more about you and about your own journey as well.
Yeah,
And yeah, India had been, like I told you, it's like a cheshi for me. It's a bigger sister,
correct.
mother, grandmother
Yeah,
for me and for my nation. And I also urge our wonderful brothers and sisters from India to visit the Arab world and know the Arab culture from near. Because unfortunately, this culture had been manifested and portrayed in a completely devastating way, starting from Hollywood, ending with the books, and passing all the media which we are surrounded with. It is all unfortunately targeted by the same troop, the same mentality, and the same interest in this world. So please, we want you to come to our world, know our civilization, come to know us, listen to our voices, know our religions, know our holy books, know more about the civilizations we came from and we hosted through history. And as I just said, we always look at India as a bigger brother, a bigger sister, and a mother and grandmother. And we look at India also as a country, as a big ally, and a top country which is really also went through so many tough times, and never really disbelieved in sunshine, never disbelieved that tomorrow will be a better day and something great will happen tomorrow. And now we are seeing really India progressing by all dimensions and coming to be at the first world, and coming to this really great development in all facets of life, and developing itself technologically and scientifically and agriculturally, and of course culturally and heritagely and historically and so on. So that also for us like a quote, we feel also supported by such a great power and such a great country and such a great nation, which is India.
yeah. We love to hear from your side that from India and even the culture of Kerala you liked very much, and it's pleasure to have you here on this interview.